Hello and welcome back to Freelancer, where in the last episode we did a little excursion toward the Tau 31 system. That actually had some interesting repercussions that I didn't know about while playing the last episode, because, let me show you something while taking the autopilot to the trade lane. One of the enemies there actually dropped a class 6 light fighter shield, which you can keep in mind for later, because I'll be bringing that point up again at some point in the future. Getting that to drop is actually pretty huge, because it'll change a little bit about what I'll be doing later in this Let's Play. But I'll be talking more about that later. Just keep that in mind that I got a pretty decent shield here that I can't just use right now, because my current fighter is limited to class 5. But at this point I could only buy shields up to class 4 anyway, but I might actually get into better fighter at some point, and then having a class 6 shield right from the get-go is pretty amazing and would probably be a very good reason for sticking with light fighters instead of going heavy at some point. But I'll talk more about that when the time comes. Just you can keep that in mind. Anyway, right now we're gonna go to Dublin, which is a sort of back-end system of Britannia. Basically, you can only access it via New London, at least initially, and there's really nothing behind that, but it's still a Bretonian-dominated system, so it's basically one ass end of the universe. So Molly's talking about ass.
Stop shooting at me!
I'm not trying to shoot at you, but if you get between me and my prey, then you better pray, I guess. Normally accidentally shooting someone doesn't have any negative repercussions. Even if you kill them sometimes, which is a little bit hilarious, but well, if you got enough firepower to basically one-shot people, then you can try and one-shot neutral people, and their friends won't even get angry about it, because you can say, "Oh, I just misfired. Sorry." So that's actually a little bit hilarious, but I'll probably not abusing that mechanic here in this Let's Play, because it's sort of a very late game strat. But mostly you can't one-shot people, because Freelancer has a sort of shield gate. For those of you who have seen my Mass Effect 2 Let's Play, basically there's a mechanic that removes all surplus damage once the shield goes down. That's not really entirely true for every weapon, because sometimes damage is calculated a little bit weirdly, especially with missiles. You can't really rely upon being saved by your shield by a heavy missile. So there are exceptions to that, but basically with most normal weapons you can't really die from one precision shot unless they don't hit all at once. So that was probably an argument for not using weapons of the same speed class. Convergence was the word I'm looking for. Convergence. Because then you can bypass the shield gate if you have really powerful weapons, but as I mentioned when I talked about convergence earlier, I don't think it's worth it. Because being able to shoot what you aim at with all of your weapons accurately, it's way more useful than spraying and praying in this game, I think. Alright, let's take the next trade lane to Southampton Shipyard. Starting from there, I think I'll be taking another detour. Sorry. But I think there's still more stuff that I want to investigate, right? I think the numbers here are a little bit off. This should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's probably... C is probably somewhere around here then. So let's set a course for that. And then let's set a course for that. Because in the debris field that surrounds Trafalgar Base, and there's also another debris field south of that, there's actually something that I want to find. So let's actually divert from the shortest path here to Dublin and take another trip through the debris field. There's not too many more wrecks that I want to find. Don't worry, but I sort of want to prepare for the end of the single-player campaign by finding some weapons that I want to use at that point. Right now, most of the things that I'll be finding here, I am actually not going to be using right away, but I'll keep those in storage for later. That's sort of my main reason for doing what I did in the last episode, and also partly what I'm doing here. So what I've been doing in the last episode was sort of debatable. That was more for getting additional money than for getting that guy and weapon in Atoll 31. It's certainly a nice weapon, but I don't think it's that great so that I would have had to have it. So there's something here. Right.
Round 2.
So what did I actually pick up? Not entirely sure. What did I pick up? I guess some more outcast weapons. Yes, I picked up an additional pair of Dragoon Mark IIs. As I said, the Dragoons, I'm sort of very mixed about them because they look really great. There will be some NPCs coming up in the story that will use them a lot, and I'll probably say, oh, you guys are really cool in your ships and using their weapons, so they have a certain coolness factor, but they're not quite as effective as the Pyros are. Because while they do a little bit more damage, their refire rate is much lower, so yeah. They're cool, but not quite as effective, so I'm probably not gonna use them. Oops. I was heading straight for them. My bad, didn't react to that in time. Now some bounty hunters show up. Thank you for bringing me out of cruise. Let me go. Just let me go. Thank you. I really don't want to get into more unnecessary fights here. However, the mollies have some pretty interesting weapons. The one I just picked up here, this Dublin Duster Mark II, is actually pretty great because it's a neutron gun. Neutron guns are very energy efficient, so you can fire them in a big amount and still get away with it. So they're actually pretty great. They're not as great as the corresponding Corsair weapon of the same class would be. Even the Corsair weapons of one class lower are almost as good as the Molly weapon of a rank higher, but they're certainly okay. No doubt about that. Shit. Okay, thank you. Countermeasures. Did a good job. I really don't want to turn to my waypoint there because apparently I missed my target.
Danger. Volatile gases detected.
Let's just fly around here for a little bit. There are volatile gases here that I probably don't want to hit, but I also have to look at the map at some point to see where I'm going. Alright.
Go to.
Let's turn around now so I can take a look at the map. There should be something here. I've seen.
Objective reached. Go to. Danger. Volatile gases detected.
Not entirely sure what's going on here. If I don't find it, then I could technically just leave. And I probably will do that. Ah, it's there. Alright. Alright, everything's fine. Okay. That wreck had another pair of Dublin dusters, which is good. No, 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 no. Thanks. Not sure if shouting no helps, but... There's a jump to Dublin. Using that is actually shorter than than going to the jump gate and using that. However, I may get ambushed on the other side of the jump hole, so there's also that downside. I could get ambushed by mollies or bounty hunters, or probably both, knowing my luck. So, ambush incoming. And ambush? No ambush! Oh, they're Corsairs here. Okay, that's good. Corsairs sort of like me. Oh, I don't want to go there yet, though. So let me actually go here first. The target that we have to go, which is the battleship hood, is actually close by. But before going there, there's just one teeny tiny thing that I want to do. Just the one. I promise. So this is the Dublin system. The Dublin system is basically famous because it has fields of gold, literally. Yeah, there's certain asteroid fields here that you can shoot and that drop gold. And gold is pretty valuable. I think I picked up some in the wreck somewhere. Also picked up cardamine again. Crazy. Selling it here is not quite as effective, but selling it somewhere else is pretty worthwhile. So if you want to mine, then here you can mine gold. But that does sound like a good deal, right? I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking for is right here. It's somewhere in this asteroid field, but I always seem to forget where exactly. But that's the problem with memory. There's some wrecks where I basically know with almost pinpoint precision where they are, but there are others where that's not the case. And this field has mines, so I need to be very careful where I'm flying actually. And here I'll take some time to give my shields time to regenerate. Because these mines are deadly. I'll probably fly around here manually, just to be on the safer side. Because then I can always blame me and don't have to blame it on the autopilot. Basically flying around here in multiplayer is basically suicide, because in multiplayer you really can't see the mines where they actually are because of lag discrepancies and stuff. So taking a cruise through a mined asteroid field in multiplayer is pretty damn dangerous. So you should probably not do that. Just say. So now I have what I want. Now I can go to Battleship Hood, to the hood, you know. There's also a station here by a Bretonian mining firm that is claiming this asteroid field. They have mined it to protect the field against mollies. But I think they're also hurting their own people a lot by doing that. But anyway, I'm not here to question their methods. Let's just focus and get out of here. Bounty hunters! Woo! Screw you guys. Alright. What I got from this wreck and why I really wanted to get there is a pair of class 6 molly weapons, which is pretty great. Now I have 3 of them actually. Huh. Oh well. I'll probably find use for them at some point. Anyway.
Danger.
Oops.
Sun corona.
You also shouldn't be flying too close to the sun, because there you also just die. You get a warning before you die, but
Danger. Entering sun corona.
but you probably shouldn't stay too close to the sun. I would have liked if they implemented that a little bit more realistically, like you were starting to accumulate damage over time, and then at some point you would just disappear, and not as abruptly as it is implemented here. But it's certainly nice that I thought of that, so that you just don't say, I'm heading straight through the sun, which would be a little bit weird. So let's actually land on the hood. And then, because the time is almost up and the mission probably takes a little bit long, I think I'm gonna actually end up this episode right there. Can you please land faster? There's just bounty hunters that showed up. Thank you. So, I need to go to the bar and talk to the bartender about a guy named Harris, who supposedly knows something about Quintain. But we'll see more about that in the next episode. So let me just take a look at the shop. Do you have better shields? No. A shame. Also don't have better stuff. What sort of ships do you sell, by the way? Huh. A Chevalier. No, I don't need that. Let me just sell my wares, my hot stuff. Got cardamine again. I always seem to find cardamine and sell it. Anyway, the gold is really not worth that much here, but I probably get loot in the mission, so I'll just sell it. Alright, in the next episode we're gonna go to the bar and talk to the bartender to find out more about Hovis, but we'll see that in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Have a good one.